I'm gonna make him an offer again.
Of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world.
Handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war room.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Boom. Make sure somebody makes a Facebook post if you don't mind. We are live. The final act is done. We are finished for the year, which the year is almost here, and then we'll be back doing this all over again. Yes, we've been renewed. Me and Mark, the powers that be, got together and be like, you want to do this again? Yeah, I want to do this again. And we're doing this again. We're running it back, same team. Pretty excited. We had a really great year overall. Probably the most chaotic year that I've ever done this.
Safe to say,
yeah. We had a lot of things happen. Truthfully, this time last year, I didn't know if this was happening. I didn't know if I'd have a team. I didn't know if I had a group. I didn't know if I had the StreamYard, the YouTube, a lot of things going on. Into friendships, wild times, most drama we've had in a really long time in this community.
That's what we thought.
We were overdue.
That's what we thought.
That's what we thought. And then it happened more. But what I will say, this season as concluded, we did 31 trios matches, 51 teams matches, 78 singles matches, a turmoil, a last one standing, an exhibition for some reason because we wanted to add more work to our plates, and 2 matches that never aired. Overall, thank you everybody for a fantastic season. Fantastic season. Hats off to the new Brawl team, Coho, Brittany, Tyler, Boatman, Jeremy, came to Coho and Brittany and said, hey, I don't believe Multiplex Entertainment is one league. Even though apparently we were offered the other league, we didn't take it. I didn't hear it. But overall, I felt like Multiplex Entertainment needs 2 leagues. I always felt like that. I felt like it works better when 2 groups come together. One, it's less work on all of us when it comes to events and stuff, when you have somebody to share the load with, so you don't have to like stress with so many matches from my side, so many from yours, and you have to be able to carry the events. I also believe there are great studiers, preppers, geek players, stuff like that need a place and an outlet to be successful. So I gave them a mission. I said, here, we spent many weeks on call, breaking down things, eliminating things, throwing things to the wayside, and we got Brawl. Got a fantastic first season, mini season, but we got it. We got a tournament. We got a championship match that turned out really great. We got a triple threat that happened in front of us. So a lot of great things that, yeah, well, when YouTube show up,
I was my partner. It was really fun. For a team match, me and Dylan had no right being there. It was awesome.
I'm going to talk more about that whenever we do our
yes.
Brawl version of this. But you two, shut the fuck up. You were great.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall, just an overall insane season. Ryko and like even Michael Campbell and somebody else like pitched a changing of trios idea. That was really, I was real hesitant for that because overall, I think trios was our best thing from the previous season. So to just fine tune stuff seems like just too much work. Turns out it was the best decision we made. Trios was by far our best league. It still continues to be our best league here. I think it's got the most engagement from a lot of people that want to play. So really great for that. So what we're going to do tonight, give you the little runway, because I know a few people will definitely be here for the main thing, which is the Trios World Cup draft, which will happen. Not draft, sorry. Definitely not a draft. You do not get to pick because, believe me, my team would already be assembled and we'd be ready to roll. I do not get to pick. I had 0 benefits from doing this job. I just want that on the record. I get my shit kicked in trivia when I play it, and then I don't even get to pick the people I get the shit kicked out of with. So this is a shitty job, so I wish it on nobody else. But we'll break down where – I don't even get a picture when I ask for it. Crazy. We're going to break down the road that led to the final act. We could have put it in our video. We decided just to make 3 parts. Then we got rule changes. What? there's some rule changes. I don't even know if Coho knows some of the rule changes. It's gonna be funny to see his reaction live. And again, my rule changes and Coho rule changes are not the same. Coho has his own league. Coho does what he wants. So whatever happens over in Melee,
We'll announce our own rule changes and changes in the next thing. It'll be fun.
what we do and what Brawl does are not the same. We're under the same umbrella, but they do their own thing. We do our own thing. We don't need to check and balance with each other. That's just not how it works. We're gonna do rule changes. Then I think the end of it is the trio. I think that's basically what the road is. So we had a chaotic final act. Overall. A lot of fun happened. We have to lead what happened. What took us to that point? If you switch this one more time, I'm going to cut you. Okay.
I'm not count. I'm
He's not going to be at your face.
You get a ball with a mustache to do the schedule for you, and he moves the schedule around on you. It's okay.
It's over. We're on next season.
Main thing happened this season. Well, this time we tried to pick them in the teams division. It worked. Okay. Not as good as singles.
A rough start.
Not as good as singles overall. I think a lot less teams wanted to take like a chance, a swing, a punch, which is understandable when you want to you're with a teammate, you want to get to the end. Some are like, I want an easy road, I take it. There was some criticisms on the easy road that was taken. I want this on the record for everybody. I will never tell any person how to pick their person. That's how this works. You can either take the easiest, the layups, the walks, the easiest roads, or you can take the hardest roads. Whatever happens is your decision. You have to live with your decision. We've seen people take big swings and lose, like instantly. We've seen people take layups and get beat. So, like, things don't work out the way that they overall planned. So, had some great tournament. Round one, kind of a pooper. I think there was like 7 TKOs or 7 like non-competitive round 3s. But that meant round 2 was going to be really good. And then round 3 was going to be good. And then the stuff kept building to a point where all in all got to the end where I consider it a shock. I think some would consider it a shock.
100%.
Not to think like these two players coming together could win. But in the fashion they won, Judgment City versus the Avanti brothers, a brand new team established in turmoil for the first time, lost their turmoil. Like they could have been 0-0 basically, technically 1-0 because they beat the shit out of me in bar. But they could have been 0-0 going into that title match. They lose to the Future, which Future goes on to win the championship. And then Avanti sitting there. And then, again, Boatman, I've worked with him really long. I think a pretty big blunder that ends up happening. Boatman admits it himself. He thinks it's a blunder. It's just a rough situation. He gives them a thing to try to work with something better for him. It works negatively for them. They end up Avanti taking the win of Bonti versus Future at Final Act. Overall, Pick'em tournament. Overall, what was your guys' view on that tournament?
Yeah, once we got past round 1, I think we just kept picking up more and more steam as we went along, and then I think it ended on a really, really strong note. Like I think the finals match, one of my favorite matches of the season. Also, round 2 is worth shouting out. Another one of my favorite matches of the season. Back to Formula versus Sam and Tom. If you haven't seen that match, watch it. It's incredible. Like it broke the record, I think, for highest scoring 3-round match with sudden death. So that was incredible. But yeah, I mean, I just love when there's like a storyline going into a tournament where like everyone was like, a lot of the competitors were kind of throwing their arms up in there like, oh, why are we doing this? It's just a foregone conclusion of who's going to win. Judgment City's going to destroy everyone and walk back to the title match, basically. So this I think just like solidifies why like we will never put up restrictions on who you can team with, because it's shown more and more like there is no like unbeatable force in Melee. Like everyone can lose, on any given day, basically. And I think like for like Avanti to go into that match and like just being like, yeah, we're we're here just, we'll see what happens, kind of like a carefree attitude. And to have the performance that they did against Judgment City to win they went up against like some of the best teams in the entire league, like back to back. They had your Milwaukee Beers back to Formula and Judgment City all back to back in rounds 2, 3, and 4. Spun opponent's choice against all 3 of them and won the tournament. Like, that is an insane run. So I think like that just shows like how great of a like tournament this ended up being and how like unpredictable it was. But yeah, just really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah. Talk about a star-making match where you don't end up winning. That to me was Sam and Tom versus Back to Formula, where I that was like, full respect to the finals match. That to me is the match of the tournament where I don't think we have ever seen Sam and Tom play a game that good, and they just came up just a little bit short at the end. But I'm so excited to see where they go next season. And yeah, like I'm gonna point out the elephant in the room. Ever since Lights, Camera, and Action broke up because we caught Cameron Holtzman, I think everyone just sort of had this like either silent or outspoken like we wanted Red Shaw to succeed. We wanted Red Shaw to get that monkey off his back and find some way to succeed in this Teams League in some way. And just seeing Avanti Brothers make that run was just kind of incredible, and making their way the title. Obviously couldn't quite do there. Couldn't quite get that win. Thanks a large part to this man.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. You don't spoil it.
But I think the team tournament was really, really solid.
Yeah. I think we've been spoiled over the last couple of years with how great round one's been in all of our tournaments. That to have like, this is what round one normally is, or kind of has been before, is like you have a lot of great teams and you have some of the lower seed teams pull up an upset here or there. But on the whole, round one is to like prune you to get to each round being better and better and better. I think this tournament just ramped up exactly like you guys said. The finals was great. That was a great finals stretch. So.
Yeah. I can be considered like an asshole and stuff, but like if I could have given Red Shaw a title shot, I would have. Like that's how I was silently rooting for him all year long. One, I think Red Shaw's like one of the nicest people in this community, but all in all, like I can't imagine the thought process that went through one playing a singles match and then one teaming up with it, and then to come out and find out that it was you. It was you all along. It was me, Austin. That's what I thought the entire time. But no, it's overall great. They'll change for next season. It's not really a spoiler for what's next season. Next season will end with Turmoil. We're going to move it back to the end. One, it's just better for us overall because teams matches was our last one to film. It was the hardest one to get through the wall because you get 4 people. You get 2, you get pretty easily. With 4, you have to, and then the prep time that goes into a title match. So Turmoil will be back, but yeah, overall, it will be back, but it won't be in the summer. It will be in the end of the year. It will close the team's picture out.
I'm going to correct one quick thing that you said. I think you were rooting for Avanti until Kirk posted his fever pitch review. Then I think certain things.
Yeah, Kirk's a scumbag, and I defend him all the time, but he is a grumpy, miserable old man. All I'm going to say. But with that also being said, no, and like Sam and Tom is also a team that I've been rooting for silently behind the scenes too. I think they've caught some bad luck. I like new players with like good personalities and just seem like genuine, like nice people. So I've always been rooting. I always love the like in the Pick'em round 2 video, I think it was, and Sam was like, or Tom was like, I don't know if they saw our previous match. I don't think they really want to do this. Like, call us out. And I thought it was really funny because Tom's like one of the least cocky guys that is in the league, but he's got a lot of talent. So really excited to see what they do next. But all in all, I think it was an overall great tournament. Then we kind of had a singles picture with some returning players that played some certain matches getting up there, but then some players that were in the triple threat tournament to get there. Overall, some really great matches. This is just my viewpoint, and you guys can correct me or not. He won't put respect on his own name. I'm going to start putting respect on his name now. Anthony Tisdall is not one of those players that you can just check the box and be like, yep, I got this. Helped, regardless with Joseph Olivas the year before, helped me get to a trios final. He was just as crucial for that lead than as Joseph was. He got some strengths. He carried us through. He knew some questions. Like he's got that talent. And then to be in one title picture, to get all the way pretty much right back almost to the exact same spot again to the title picture. He's beaten Jake Marangoni, and he's playing Olivas for the number one contender. Like, he's one win away. So hats off. I think he had an insane season. He is one of those players that kind of like Rue was the year before. Like, Rue put himself in a different caliber by beating certain players and like being involved in everything at the end. Tisdale actually did that this year, but it ended up coming down to Jeremy Adams, Joseph Olivas versus Anthony Tisdale and Jake Marangoni. Winner of that faced each other. It was Joseph Olivas that took out Jake Marangoni at the end. Jake was going for a lot of things at the very end of the season. He could have been He could have been competing for all three. Not to rub salt in the wound, he ends up taking nothing at the end. But overall, he had an insane season, and Olivas was able to be featured twice at the final act. Another year where he's there. I think overall the picture, I had my doubts for the picture because I'm like, we're just going to get Joseph versus Jake, and like, is that really going to matter? But then there were some upsets that moved along and happened throughout it that made it interesting. And then I kind of wanted the Joseph and Jake match to be a little closer, a little tighter. It didn't live up to that. But the Jake, Jeremy Adams, Joseph Olivas match is one of the best matches that we put on this season. It was basically like two cyborgs, just whose chip is going to malfunction first. Like, they're both so smart when it comes to this stuff. And like, where does one not have the programming to get it done? And then for Joseph to win, and it kind of sets a perfect picture going into final act, because you got Payson and Joseph, and they got like not a rivalry, but kind of like a silent rivalry that happens. They both want to be the top. Yeah.
So I messaged Payson about this because I never thought about this recently, but I was just like trying to, for a potential future article about rivalries, I was thinking about who Payson's real rival is in Melee. Mm-hmm. If you look through like the history of like Payson in Melee, a lot of his biggest moments are directly, Joseph Olivas has always been directly tied with it. They won this first belt off of the Wild Stallions. The Wild Stallions handed them their first loss in their first match, and then they consistently keep playing each other like in singles, and now for the title in like a trilogy match. And even trios last year, they played in like the trios title match. It's like they really like can't avoid each other in high stakes matches, and there's also a bit of heat there in like it's on round one of the Pick'em tournament when they were going back and forth there. So whenever those two face off, it's always great. But
this is my favorite type of picture, where we just take a bunch of the top tier players and just see who ends up coming out of that. Like Cody said, I definitely think the match of the picture was Jeremy versus Joseph. It's always fun when you have these dream scenario matches that we've never had. Like Joseph and Jeremy, because they've been playing so long, it's kind of crazy they never played together in singles. And not only was it fun to watch them play, having it be that result where they're both playing so well, it doesn't disappoint. And then when Joseph made it out of this picture, I was like, that makes sense, and I was super excited to play him.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Marangoni is a Hall of Famer through the concept for a reason. Like, and he will be a singles Hall of Famer at some point in his career. He is no doubt for me. And just to see him be at the final act and like years since he's held it, still be right there on the doorstep of getting to play for it again, like he hasn't missed a step, is why I consider Marangoni one of the greats of all time in this league. So I loved seeing him play. Obviously, love seeing my teammate Joseph go for the singles title. That was, he's great. And to see him get back there, because he hadn't been there since he lost it. So that's another kind of crazy element to that, is to see Joseph go all the way back to the event where he lost it to Meltzer years ago and have a chance to get it back. So that picture was a lot of fun. Not for me personally, but for other people, it's fun to watch. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I will
No.
keep my comments to myself. Anyways,
Anthony's a great player. I know it firsthand. So
Yeah. Shout out to
and
Also,
now you know
like-
the difference.
Oh no.
Can I talk about some singles matches that were outside of the picture that happened there?
Sure you can.
Because yeah,
What if
I
told
also
you
want to
no?
give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to another guy who had a really solid run at the end of the year, and we'll be seeing very early on next year in a number one contenders match. Matt Quaylar had a very strong end to his season, looking like the Matt Quaylar of old, which is scary. Like he's just had a really great season in general. But in this year specifically, he faced Robert Kastner, who's a very very tough player. Obviously, like just consistently like. Right in that like top level, can't quite get over the hump though, and he's a very tough player for like all of like the top players to face. Like he always gives him a tough match, but Matt Quaylar made him look pretty dominant against him. So he won that, and then he won the triple threat match to get him a shot at Jake Meltzer at the beginning of next year for a title shot. So yeah, he had a very strong season as well.
and that's no slouch of a triple threat to be in too, because that's got a former champion David Ishimoto in it. So that's no slouch of a match.
Geiger was playing great this season too. Well, we'll speak on that. We did put that in the final act. We had to decide because Jake had a lot going on at the end of the year where we were going to try to put it. He wanted it at this one situation, but where we recorded it was just too hard. But I had to find him an opponent because the years past where we were stupid. That we just got to let somebody pick who they wanted is just crazy. There's no competition in that. You just get you already won a spot to cut the line. Why should you be able to double cut the line by picking like a layup that you consider a layup or a person that you think you could beat because your strengths match differently? So I had to find people. And then we came up with one. I've already promised David. David will probably be on the schedule 5 times next season. Just regardless win lose, he could go 0-5, but he probably will play 5 times next season. Just because we screwed up scheduling him this season. He just had some bad luck and then never got to play really again. Now you can say, well, if he won certain matches, he would have played more. But overall, there's players that just got matches when they got matches. So, but yeah, Matt's doing really good because TV Chronicles, just reinvigorated him and made him a really good player. Go watch our newest season coming out in 2 weeks, Leftovers, Succession, and True Detective. We break all those down. But yeah, that's it. And that, if you want my trios team, if I could get those 2, that would be great because we already spent enough time on call together. So I would like them, but the hat's gonna fuck me tonight. I already know that. So, yeah. And then World Cup trios down to the wire, getting close. All these great matches left, right, and center. I'm telling you, again, it may be because it's new. It may be because it's probably new or just I don't know the competition. There's this competition around trios that I've seen players lose singles matches and teams matches and be like, yeah, it is what it is. They lose trios matches. They're pissed. Like there's something about a trios loss that just doesn't sit right with a lot of teams. Mark has lost so many bad matches by just horrible luck or just didn't go his way. And he's talked more about this loss that he had like on the poll that Jake had at the end. He's just like, damn it. There's something about trios that people are just really ready to just roll and want to win trios. And I think just because it's one champion at the end, like you don't get to get back to that at that point. You just hope and pray that you get there. So to get all the trios to break down, just overall great season. I still think Mother Knows Best, the greatest turnaround in season history. Scoring 4 points in their very first round, and I was like, oh gosh, like I like Melissa so much. I like Mike so much. Dean's one of the nicest people out there. And just to watch Drugs like literally curb stomp them on the first match, I was like, this is horrible. Like if I could have added 14 points to somebody's score, I probably would. Like a video store be like, not so fast. We are now tied going into round 3. I would have for them. But then to get there and get into one of the shots to be one of those teams at the end was such a cool like turnaround story. And like there was still some nonchalant about like Mike and Melissa like, we win, while other teams that they were beating just like pissed off because they're like, I want this so bad. So that was great. But when it all came down to it, it was the final was Team Scumbags versus Boo Earns, and then Juice +1 versus Pricks on Flicks. They ended up meeting. It turned out that meeting for the championship was Boo Earns versus Pricks on Flick. Dylan, you were there live for one of those matches. Overall, how do you think trios went? Overall, you made it to the final 4 teams. Didn't go your way, but was trios a success this season for you?
I think it was. Yeah, I think trios. I think it's become like my favorite thing that we do here in Melee too now. It's just like something completely different and so much fun. And the fact that it's, like you said, just basically one big mega title picture the whole time is really cool. It makes it feel a bit more like other sports where it's just, you have one champion each season. I think that's awesome. It's like, it definitely hurt losing to Boo Earns in the moment, but that's fine. It's okay. Not because I disliked them, but because I really thought we could go far. But anyways, it was definitely. I think Boo Earns is not. I don't think on the short list of teams that I expected to go like all the way and to win the whole thing. To be honest, obviously Boatman's like the greatest of all time or one of, so you can't really doubt him there. But I was like, it just felt like such a ragtag group that I wasn't sure like if they'd be able to make it all the way. And boy, did they ever prove me wrong. They kicked my ass, and they walked through every other team to get to the title match. And I think they won on like their 2-pointer or something like that in the title match. Like it was pretty dominant there as well. So like, big shout out to them. I think. I'm sorry, we weren't supposed to talk about the title match, so I'll be quiet. But they did great this season, and trios was fantastic this season. I'll leave it at that.
The 2 people I trust the most here, and then Coho's been on his best behavior. What the fuck is wrong with you two? He's been yelled at. Coho's been yelled at enough.
I've been media trained now.
I will not discuss the final act, but I will say trios this year was incredible. I think there were some absolutely astounding. Like one of my favorite matches this year was obviously Cody already mentioned that Mark's kicking himself, which I get it. Soul Glow versus Juice +1. I think that match was so much fun to watch. That final pull where you truly felt like Juice +1 had no idea what the answer is, and they were just throwing it out. It reminded me of Amaru versus Kirk earlier in the year, where we asked Amaru, who directed the Truman Show. He uses 2 repeats, and he just says, I don't know, Peter Weir. And then he gets the points right. It's always fun when that happens. A lot of funny moments happened this year. Businessman will I'll never forget that. And then, I think Mother Knows Best. One of the great like comeback stories is them coming out of their group being the runner-up. I think that was incredible.
Just to go back to that Soul Glow versus Juice +1 match, because I agree that was one of the best matches of the year. Definitely my favorite trios match of the year. But what made it even more brutal in round 3 was the fact that Soul Glow was so close on their 3-pointer, where Rue it was tied up going into round 3. If they would have pulled Spy Game, it would have gone to sudden death, and Juice +1 wouldn't have had their repeats. So it would have been like crazy there. And they had he described everything about the movie, but they just couldn't get to the title. It was brutal. It was so brutal. But that's a great.
And then Coho, why don't you tell us about what happened to get you to the brawl situation that you chose?
Sure. So for brawl, I think a lot of the fun for me was getting a second chance to rebuild the first thing and do something totally new with it, and basically get to right the original sins that we had the first time around, and getting to have fun with that. And Brittany and Tyler and Jeremy and Boat have been incredible this season. They're an incredible staff. Brittany especially is like my rock, like the best co-showrunner I have had on one of these things. Like she's been an absolute machine. So having that tournament, having that run through, and having the finals come up to a 15 versus 16 seed what made that so fun, because it was like we randomized the seeds for all these teams, and everyone had preconceived notions of like, Robert and Rue or Kirk and Mark, like all these teams make great pairings and they will make great teams. And I can't wait to see them all in a full season. Joe and David coming, back as a team here. A lot of fun stuff. And to see it end up coming down to a Canadian versus a member of Ginyu Force and a member of Ginyu Force was hysterical. To see it come down to the Purists and the Droogs was great, because they were the two teams that I think really showed it. They played the most consistent games through everyone. Purists showed up in the biggest spots. Droogs put up big numbers against their teams that they played. So it was really great to watch that tournament go through and have it come down to those two final teams. And I love seeing like Rue in the comments right now, people that I know are going to be great at this when we have a full year of it, come into like, medium prep, light studying, come into a tournament and be at a slight disadvantage to other people who just like some of the stuff's just naturally in their wheelhouse. Tyler Birch is the person who's like, Resident Evil should be in here. To watch how many times Resident Evil has killed someone this season is really fun. And then to see the people who are like, now I wiki studied the Resident Evils and I'm going to survive a round 2 question about it by the time we got to rounds 2 and 3. So I loved it. I loved seeing this Brawl season, and I loved our triple threat at Final Like that we'll get into, especially because that has huge implications for next season. So
I'll say Resident Evil also led to one of the funniest moments of the year, I think, for me, which was Nazario's challenge in Cobra Kai versus Operazione Dynamite, which is
I gotta take 5 seconds real quick and talk about what it was like to edit that moment. It was.
I told you not edit it.
No, I didn't edit it. I just cut it down to the highlights because it was 25 minutes unedited. I literally was sitting there watching the full 25 minutes. Like I feel like I almost like I knew it was coming. I knew what the challenge was. I memory hold so much of those 25 minutes out of just what the fuck did I have? That greatest thing.
I have seen so much in this community. My jaw opened, like hit the floor. I was just like, for it to still shock me this many years later. I couldn't pick up my phone fast enough to message Coho and be like, "You leave that shit in. Like, do not cut that. That is my moment of the year ever." Because like Mark is like, if you know Mark and you spend time with Mark can be very animated. Like he has a lot, but he's very just like stoic most of the time. And for him to,
yeah, just
I think his exact words when he said we'll be right back after this challenge was, "You fucking idiot, Nazari."
It was so good.
So he's like, "What are you trying?" And he's like, "Well, you said this," and like, "It's not worried about it." And I was right. And he's like, "No, you're not." And then Google it. He was right. Like what? Just crazy.
Mike Hanley is one of my best friends in this whole community. Love Mike Hanley to death. Mike, if you're watching this, you're the biggest fucking enabler I've ever seen in my goddamn.
That's not true, because I believe the discussion on the challenge was Nazario says, "Should we challenge?" And Mike goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah. And I'll be honest, without naming names, this year I think I witnessed 3 of the dumbest challenges I think I've ever seen across trivia. Yep. Nazario was involved with 2 of them, is all I'm going to say. Yep. Like, just wild shit.
Very crazy.
We get to final act. Go ahead. You got something else?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, I think one of the coolest things just for me watching Brawl this year was like seeing how quickly people have taken to the new categories. Like, I was, not to promote another article that I'm thinking of, but I'm putting out an article very soon for Multiplex Wrapped, where it's like everyone's included in that are like the most commonly used categories in Melee and Brawl. And so looking at the most popular categories that were used in round 2 of Brawl this year, I was expecting it to be like, Marvel, MCU, and like Wands, Wardrobes, and Rings, because like that's all like the classic like geek stuff. And like, I was, I figured it would take some time for people to, really master the new categories. But no, all of the top ones were like all of like the Brawl exclusive ones. Like Brains was used a lot this year in both Brawl and Melee. And like, yeah, so like people have like really taken to the new Brawl categories, which I think is like very encouraging, and I'm very excited to see what Brawl does next season. So yeah, y'all are doing good.
The Resident
And that's,
also, and Tyler Birch should be institutionalized. I'm just gonna put that on the record.
well, that's why I told Coho, like, mainly, I was like, dude, this is where you can like build, but we don't have to like reinvent the wheel every year. Like, we can just stick to some stuff, maybe slight rotations, but it doesn't. We've created such open-ended categories in Brawl that you don't have to like fine-tune everything to throw things in different things just to make the off season so much harder on everybody. Like, it can just be as simple as 10 extra movies, but the 10 makes sense and the 10 won't wreck your season, versus 60 new movies where you're like, I have a month off, how do I get this already, plus keep the other stuff that I have already. So that's kind of what I kind of gave them, and they took it, and they did everything that I wanted them to do. More challenges, yes, I agree, because very true. Just correct. Before we get into what the final act is, it's funny that he just showed up. I just want to say, like, this channel would survive at times, but one would not survive one without Brian Michaels. Brian Michaels does more off the scene stuff than people know. Literally is one of those people that helps me through a lot of editing issues that I end up having, or willing to just take the stress off me at times to edit matches without any benefit. So I want to thank him. Eric Moreno,
Yes.
if it wasn't for our thumbnails, he's overall, we had a standard where we kept it for a while, and then we were worried in the off season because a lot of us just don't have that trait overall. And I was really worried about that because I think that's just, I don't, thumbnails may not matter to most, but I think it's like the first thing you click on, and it's got to look somewhat decent. And I think he did an amazing job with that. And then Raiko. Raiko is literally one of the glues of our community. Stats, overall looking into things for me, website. He does so much fine tuning around the scenes. And writes on top of that. Like, he also is writing. So hats off to him. Those three literally crucial for everything that goes on with us, that are kind of like silent partners that don't really get the shine, but deserve it. And please don't take any jobs elsewhere. Thank you.
Yeah.
On that note, we get to final act. Final act, first part, triple threats. Brawl triple threat, our number one contender. We kind of already said ours. Matt ended up taking the victory. He will play Jake Meltzer for the title. Again, Matt's biggest downfalls, and I would tell this to his face because I consider him now, after doing a show with him for literally like a year and a half now, one of my best friends in this community. The two things will take him down faster in a trivia match: studying and spelling. Either one of those two can literally derail Matt in a heartbeat. But if it's just anything that can wind up, he's got so much deep knowledge about so many things that it's kind of impressive to just watch him just like nonchalantly. No one gets to see it, but if you ever watch round threes with Matt, it's just like, you know what he picked as his general, you know what he drafted, you know what he's doing. Doesn't ever go to the I'll take that. He's literally so hungry at a gas station, and you're walking in and you just grab whatever random shit you find on the shelves, and you're like, this will work. That's Matt in round three. He literally can just pick and choose and just go, and I think it's so fascinating to watch him work.
He's also one of the best round three players statistically ever. Like, Raiko can give you stats on that later, but like, it's insane. The guy just has a great round three accuracy. It's wild.
Yeah, he is insane as a player. And then like to go against David, and like you watch that match in round two, it didn't matter. Like, every time somebody got a steal, Matt also got that steal.
Yep.
And he just continued. And then when people missed, Matt didn't miss. So it was just continuing to just like, and by the end of it, then we had that challenge and everything. But overall, it is what it is. Matt ended up pulling out. Yeah, it's an impressive way to watch him play trivia, and especially a guy that's like, he's married, he has kids, he has a full-time job, his sleep schedule is disgusting, and then all of a sudden for him to just be like, I don't have time to like do the studying as much as I used to, but a man that's also said I'll never retire, like he just likes playing when he can play, and like again, he's now going to a title match. Will that, or a number one contenders match? Can he pull that off? I think he can. When it comes to a title match, will he do the studying? I don't know if he will or not, but overall, who knows? Maybe he puts it in there. Maybe he tries it for one time. Who knows? I just think he's a guy that could pull off an upset that some people would count him out in a game.
And I think if you ask me, Payson, pick two players that have the most polar opposite philosophies for how they approach the game, it might be Matt Quaylar and Jake Meltzer, because Jake Meltzer is one of the toughest studiers. Like puts so much of himself into this game. You see it, in the few times when he does lose, you see how much it beats him up, because you know how much he loves the game and how much he truly cares about this. While Matt is the most carefree guy in the world and just does not care, and I think it's going to be really, really fun to see how those styles match up.
Yeah, Matt is like the only. Many people come in and say, "Oh, they're just here to have fun, have a good time." Matt is like the only person who I feel like it says that and never gets like super worked up in a match or super competitive or nothing. He has this uncanny ability of just staying even keel throughout the entire match, and you even saw it in this triple threat match where like I think he was down by like 3 or something going into round 2, down by 2 points or something. He was down going into round 2, and then he had the best round 2 of anyone. He like swept comic book movies like it was nothing, and it's just like I don't know. It just has this like he's like never phased in trivia, which is like it's a quality that I wish I could have, because I tend to get flustered, and he doesn't, which is wild. But yeah,
yeah, he'll. Oh, okay, like that's how he takes a law.
Yeah.
All right. Like okay, like other people are slamming boards and stuff, and he's just like, yeah, okay, got it.
Anyone else?
It was a great game.
And then Brawl had their triple threat. Ken, for the people that didn't really know, determine what led to the people getting decided for the Brawl
Sure.
triple threat, and
So
then what does it mean?
The 3 people who got picked were the top 3 individual performers of the top 3 finishing teams of the tournament. There were some where it was a tie between the 2 players, like they were even keeled the whole season. So I went to them, I was like, which one of you would like to play? That was the case for the 2 people sitting on call right here. That's why I was like, I talked to them both. I was like, you could both be in it when it was a 5-way. And I was like, but now it's a 3-way. Which one of you wants to play? And Dylan was like, not fucking me. That's
Did I say that?
Yeah, you were literally like, not me. Basically. We had Payson from Melee Pierce. We had Igor from Drugs Not Drugs, and we had Kaiser from Country Roads. Those 3 guys played in a triple threat. We made sure they know, and we kind of teased it. It was going to have implications for next season. I'll give you guys the exclusive confirmation that the Payson, who won the triple threat in a great performance, by the way, rewatching that was an amazing game out of you. Payson will have the number 1 pick in the inaugural singles pick'em tournament for Brawl, which is how we are kicking off the singles division next season. Is now Payson will have the 1 spot, and everyone else will be randomized into seeds. So Payson will get first pick next season for winning that triple threat. Kaiser and Igor are guaranteed in that tournament as well. Don't worry, you guys are playing. But Payson will get the first pick. So very excited to see all the people who come out in the singles. The most overwhelming thing to me that actually got me a little emotional was seeing how many people signed up on the Brawl sheet within the first 24 hours. Was insane how many people wanted to come play next year. So that's so exciting. The people who hadn't played around here in years were dropping names on that comment sheet, and I promise you will be on that schedule next season, because I am so happy that you are back. I am very excited for next season in Brawl. I think Pace's game was incredible. Kaiser and Igor are no slouches, clearly, firsthand. So seeing Payson win, that was a really good game. So
Yeah. I told Coho to be calm because that's a lot of editing that he would take on if a lot of people. So be patient with him, depending on how big of a season he decides to roll out. There will be more. Also, I forgot to mention this. My bad. Shout out Caleb Boatman. He edited that trailer for us.
it was a great trailer.
He messaged me and said, "Hey, do you mind if I take this off your plate?" I'm like, believe me, I stared at it for like weeks and said, I'm not doing this. And then he was able to put this together really well. So I appreciate him putting out
one of the coolest trailers we've had.
Trailer with moments, with clips, with things. So it was really cool to kind of recap what all went down to get to those spots and in those matches. So this. Okay.
As we'll know who's in that tournament later. We're gonna have a video for that. Don't worry, because we will do.
My comment still stands. I was inspired by Back to Formula, where I said if I won that match, I was going to call out the person, and if Nazario's in this tournament, he is 100% the person I'm going to play.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Put him in, please. That would be great. I did see. I was waiting. Oh. I didn't want to bug you with all the stuff you edited for me up to the point I didn't want to. Did I miss the option? Yeah. Yeah, I saw your message, Dylan. If you have to run or whatever, you don't have to stay. I just don't want you to in the.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just realized how long we've been going and we haven't gotten to the rule changes or nothing yet.
Yeah, sorry. Like the rest of the matches at Final Act, go watch them yourself. No. Then we have the Trios Championship. The Brawl Championship that which ended up happening in the Trios Championship. I got some messages. I want to say this. Boo Orange did win, so they are the champion. Bill did step away. So with that being said, to return for the following season, every member of the team has to come back. You don't get two and then one replacement. It has to be the full unit to return. So there will be no champion entering this season. But they did a hell of a job. There are some rule changes that affect what happened in that match that will affect what goes forward. But overall, the overall match was not as exciting as I wanted it to be overall. Just going to spinners and bond. Basically, opponents and bond happen. It's kind of just like where it is. And that happened the entire time for their run, which again, just to peek behind the curtain, I'm not banning James Bond from the category. It still can be spun. I feel like that's a weird precedent that I start changing and taking things away from people just because it's hard or people get it all the time or it's getting thin. Like if it gets too thin, I trust Dylan and Payson to come to me and be like, hey man, I can't, I don't know what to write anymore. Okay. There's a ton of there's a ton of things in there. There's questions that we haven't even asked yet about things. Like this isn't fandom where we ask like multiple things. Like there's plenty of stuff there. And then the Brawl Championship. Thank God you two fuckers lost because that would just bring down Brawl to a all too level. No, but it was overall a great match. It just Igor's a really good geek player. David's just a really good general player. So you put those two together, they're just like a
David and Igor were kind of a sneaky 16 seed.
I'm surprised that that's a team that paired. Like that just didn't.
Oh yeah,
not
and
that I don't think they would be, but they worked, and it's crazy.
They just match really well.
It's like that's like a group in the old Facebook group where you comment and be like, "Hey, need a teammate." And David goes, I'll team up with you. Like that, just those two just didn't seem to merge together at one point, and then they merged. And then watching their match, I'm like, oh, that's a good team. That's a really good team.
Like their first match, you could see there's like they weren't fully gelled, but the idea was there. And by the time they got to the 5-round match at the end, it looks like they played together for 10 years. It's crazy their chemistry. They work really well together, which I guess was unexpected because the team they're playing with these two, the chemistry's there automatically is to be expected. They work together every day. So like seeing the purists have the like team chemistry to come in and play really well, and to see Igor and David come in and have kind of on the fly put that chemistry together to get there. It was really fun to see those two teams play. Great game. So.
I'll say it's not often people don't often just like ask for a title shot. So I'll consider it. We'll consider it, Brandon. Don't worry.
Yeah, sure. I
can't wait to see you.
Why not?
Yeah.
Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I can back up. David is an incredible teams partner. I know firsthand as a Dylan and playing with him in Brawl this year. Some of the most fun I had in trivia. I like running Melee. I always feel like I have to keep like a certain level of professionalism. Brawl is so much fun because I feel like me and Dylan can just be absolute hooligans and no one can really.
You are. I need 5 seconds to grieve out. You using the bar rule the way you do makes you want to get rid of the bar rule. You piss me the fuck off.
When I saw the bar rule, I was like, if someone has it in the final one, how can you not do the bit of purposely giving a wrong answer? That's just too fun.
The best
I almost fucked it up too. I had to ask Payson right at the end, like, wait, which one did they pick?
Oh, so that
the best one you have is the discreet charm of the bourgeoisie. Oh wait, sorry. It's fucking Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Like,
yeah.
so
like part of trivia is like there is nothing less fun than when a player thinks they're funny and they're not. Me and Dylan are actually funny, so we're able to do that. It's really, really cool. I just
Dylan I would say is funny.
Dylan's funny.
Dylan is secretly one of the funniest people.
Very secretly.
Your only legacy, Mark.
Yeah, we don't fucking tell anything. Yeah, your only legacy because we're moving.
That's wild.
Okay. And then the championships, our final 2 matches. Singles title match, Payson Johnson taking on Joseph Olivas, and then the Future versus Avanti Brothers. Yeah, overall solid matches. But I think the story of it is like there's a narrative that's going, not a narrative, that's the wrong word. I'll start with the Future and Avanti Brothers. Super solid match, like all the way up to it. It ended up happening where it happened in back-to-back matches where in the betting round somebody has a lead on the Future because either a missed question, something draws, and then the pressure they let off the gas a little bit and they let them crawl back into the game. And not saying the Future is like not a good team. It's just there's a shot that in a betting round where Coho, I wouldn't say is not like an A top player. There's a chance that something has to miss where Joseph can't, like, they're such a good team where they work together where you have to rely on somebody and one of you guys can drop one. And it happened in back-to-back matches. Coho ended up dropping one or even had to take a 0 in one round and they let him back in. But then they're so confident to be able to pull those triggers and keep going where they end up getting close enough in the game where that team in a round 5 where they get to work together is a very strong round. And it ends up working to their favor. They end up winning the overall title at the end. I think Kirk and Redshaw have one of the moments of American Psycho where they both just don't even think about it, don't even look at it, and they're like, oh. And I think that was just the nail that finally just worked against them because it did fry both their brains when that happened. You also got to think when you're a champion, and they just played that insane pick'em tournament. They were just going. We do get time off where we used to not get time off, but they're playing for so many times. And the Future's just been kicking back, kind of resting, getting ready. Even though Joseph had to worry about 2 title matches at the same time, they end up having enough. The worst thing in the fucking the world is still a fucking champion in my league. I hate that. But he had a hell of a season. The Future is such a fun team. That was basically a battle. It's again, awards will come out and decide it, but that was like a battle for like team of the year at that point. And I wanted to say something. When we say anybody could win on any given night, that's 100% a fact because Judgment City lost twice this year. They lost twice this year, which has not happened in so many, and they lost a title match
and lost once going into the season.
Yeah.
Once.
So like thinking about that is where you can't. I've kind of changed the game where you don't have to be like the best of the best and be like this elite play. You can have a great night. You can have a great run. Like you can do great things and just pull off the upset. But hats
And
off
when
to
the-
you for a great season.
No, they're
While
not.
some I can understand why some people might be annoyed by like super teams like that, like Judgment City, it also leads to moments like the Future winning the title off of them, which was an incredible moment of like, holy shit, they did it. And same thing with Avanti winning in the finals. You know what I mean? Like if yeah.
Yeah, I think Cody just saw the Arthur Fleck comment. Yeah. Oh, is anything better than? I mean, yeah.
It's longer. That's so true.
Level.
What the host hate to hear. Any questions, Joseph? I got one more.
That's true.
I have never. I could have lost that title match, and I felt so proud that I just had watching Joseph ask for another question.
Brian's comment earlier about me and all of us actually is going to make me cry. That's an incredible comment.
Hey, Rupert,
Shut
I'm
up.
I'm more the
I
Rupert
don't agree with that.
of comedians. I just want to say that. Like,
Then singles title. Payson defeats Joseph Olivas. That was a match that was back and forth basically the entire time, and then it just Joseph was able to chip away, like get closer as it went on, but Payson in that betting round was just like pushing the distance. Like he wasn't allowing Joseph to get very close to him and make sure he was pretty comfortable going into the round 5, which is what you have to do in the betting round. You either have, I've said this from number one. I tell this to every player ever. It doesn't matter if you lose on question 1 or you lose on question 5. A loss is a loss at the end of the day. Like if you can't get enough wins, if you can't get enough points on the board, there's no point of you just playing the safe game just to get more questions out. Like you have to go for the win, or you have to just set, because you betting 1, betting 0, staying off of it. If you drop a point at this point, you're not going to get closer. Like if their opponent sweeps round 5, you get nothing. Like you will lose by a point. You have to just go for it. It's the one round that we allow you to pick your choices. Now, again, not saying that you could definitely fall apart and like lose your ass on it, but again, you have to take swings. So I'm telling every player next season, go for it. Just see what happens. You made it to the finals. You don't go short. Don't go low if you just for no reason. Like again, if a terrible category comes on and you think you're going to miss it, sure. But like know that you may have one of those in the entire round. Maybe that you need to just hit 0 on one round. So think about that.
my whole mindset, I always think going into round 4 is I always just think my opponent is probably going to bet 2 and they're going to hit. What do I have to do? And that helps me out. And it's just go. Yeah, like you say, just don't stop.
Okay, we've been going for an hour.
Yes.
Go watch those matches. They're great. I need to tell everybody about the rule changes that are coming next season. Okay? Again, these have already been debated. So overall, don't really care what anybody thinks. I am always one to subject to change. So if something changes, if something's not working, I will make the announcement. I will tell you that I'm reverting back to something I don't want it to say. Here we go. Okay. Rule changes for next year. The new deep cut rule. This goes for championship matches. Singles, teams, trios, however it works out. You can only use a deep cut, and your opponent's deep cut once. So with that being said, let me put this in an example. Me and Coho are playing. We pick Pulp Fiction and The Irishman. I cannot pick Pulp Fiction or The Irishman in any future title matches. I can't use that in teams. I can't use that in trios. Everybody's on the same playing field. So does that mean Dylan and Payson are playing? Dylan and Payson can pick The Irishman and Pulp Fiction, but they can't use it moving forward. So a lot of champions, a lot of players have a lot of movies that they have worked through. You get that once. Pick and choose how you want to use it, but you only get one. My big plan was to eliminate all of them. None of the ones deep cut from the past get to be ever used again. You all have to start fresh. I think that was too extreme. So that's the rule change. So if you use it in singles, if you're the first title match of the season, whatever you use, that's done. You can't use it moving forward. We're still asking Aquila and the Bee and other things from years at this point. You get it once. Okay? Because I also don't want it to ever boil down to a player, my question writers, writing a visual question or something that they just deem as too difficult, and the match is skewed at that point. So I want to keep things fresh. I want to keep everybody on the same balance too. So that's kind of what that rule change was to simulate. So next thing, title matches in general are changing. We used to draft a wheel. The wheel was drafted because there was a Revenge of the Wheel category. The Revenge of the Wheel category is now gone. So drafting the wheels make no sense anymore. It's just a benefit to being in a title match. So here's how the new title match rules will break down. 1 strength. All the way leading to the title match, you get 1 strength. All the way after the 1 strength, the only match you get 2 strength is a title match. Why, when there's so much prep attached to it, why giving players double the work? Kind of stupid, kind of pointless. 1 strength. Each player, each champion or challenger will get 2 general categories that they can throw on the wheel. Okay? Then, to create the randomness, there will be 4 general categories randomized thrown on the wheel as well. So there's still an element that could mix things up. So that's if a spinner's and opponent's choice is in the wheel or not on the wheel. It doesn't really matter. There's still those amount of categories. We're not adding more. We're not taking away. Those are the sets. So there will be 10 slices, right? Yeah, 10 slices on the wheel that you will have to pick from. Those 4 that randomly get generated will also be removed from round 4. So, okay. Another rule for championship matches. No more team calls in round 2. It will be in there for round 3, and it will be in there in round 4. But the silence kills me. You spend all your time going to a title match, working and saying you're vocalizing everything out. Why, for 1 match, do I give you the benefit of 5 silences? Nope. Come up with a code, come up with a situation, come up with something. But you have to freely talk. I can't stand it. It's one of my least favorite things, but I couldn't figure it out. And instead of making the editing harder on my side by taking the audio from a side call and putting it in there, I'm just going to eliminate it in round 2. Okay? Plus, players don't get to vent as much when they're in between. Now, you can mute yourself back and forth, like if in between questions or there's a challenge and you want to just vent and say, co-host got a fucking stupid mustache and I hate him. You'll still have that ability. Just when you're answering a question, I'm going to hear everything you're talking about. Like, oh, I don't really know. What do you think? Should we use or repeat the options? Maybe, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So everybody understands that one. This is the biggest one that we're ever doing. By far the biggest one.
Oh, here we go. This could be fun.
Players will now have the champ's advantage every match. You will determine whether you want spinners and opponent's choice on the wheel. What will happen is you will send it in with your strengths. So if you say yes to it or no to it, it reverts to being on. So if a player says yes, just takes 1, it will be on. If both players say no, it's off. I don't give a shit. I thought about policing. How do I do? No. If you would know, if me and Coho are about to play and I don't want fucking spinner's choice and Coho, I messaged Coho and be like, I don't want fucking spinner's choice. Can we have it off? Sure. Green light. Go for it. I don't care. But this is now in the powers in your hand. If you want to pull that element out and say, I want it on the wheel, put it on the wheel. If you want it off the wheel, you get it. But players get the 100% choice whether it's on or off the wheel. Okay? So if you lose to opponent's choice, don't want to hear bitching about it anymore because I gave it back to the players. Okay? Now you can bitch about your partner, the person you play, and be like, they're an asshole. Go for it. But me, not the guy anymore. Okay? Trios, once I pick your teams tonight, you do not get to magically go through Facebook, find somebody that's not on a team, and add them to your team. There will be a list of reserves. We will add them. What we're going to try to do this year, if there's a scheduling conflict that comes up, we're going to try to push the match instead of just recording the match. Okay? I understand everybody showed up. Everybody was there. But overall, that's one of the situations that we are changing. Okay? Here's another one. Had some pushback. Had some conversations. This is what we're deciding. The no strength thing that swept the nation over here. Here's the situation. You can still do that in our league, but there is a consequence for doing it. If you decide to submit no strength, you get no general also. You go into the match completely blank. You have nothing. You don't get to rely on anything. You want to go random, go random. Other than that, you submit one strength, one general. That's how the game plays. If you go no, I will respect your decision, but you get nothing in return. Okay? And then we are lifting strength requirements. If you can build it, you can have it, but it has to be based on a real source of something. You can't just say, for example, I can't say I want episode 5 and 10 of Roundtable. I want those movies. That was player made, not allowed. Coho can't say movies that were nominated at the Co-Oscars for these years. That's player made. If Coho wants from 2004 to 2010 Best Kiss at the VMA Awards or the Musical Movie Awards, he can have it and he can show it. If you can build a list on it, you can go. If you want the key grip that did something on 17 movies and you can find the years and dates and make a list of it and it stands out and there's no other movies, you can have it. I'm not holding your hands. That being said, us leadership have the veto power. If we believe that you have created a mutation that is going to break my game, we're going to take it out back and we'll yeller it, okay? Have respect for it, but we're going to shoot it. It's just no thing, but the minimum is still 6. It has to be 6 movies. So one bounce if we get to the point where we need a backup question. Can I say I want movies? Yes.
Can I with star in the title? Absolutely, no issue.
Absolutely, I can definitely find all the movies. Similar to what Mark picked, he wanted ball based. Can't bitch at me when a ping pong ball pops in. That's what you wanted. You wanted ball. So those are our main rule changes that are coming to this season. I'm really excited for them. That being said, no, I'm not eliminating Oscars. No, I am not eliminating other categories. I've thought about veto systems. I thought about different situations. We talked at length. About stuff. It just I just want this on the record. There was a private call that a lot of the community doesn't know about. Some of these people on this call were there. But I said if it got to 75% vote on yes to eliminate Oscars and 25% no's, I would consider eliminating it. It never reached that category, so I couldn't afford to actually eliminate it at that point in time. So I want that being said. I tried, I looked at it, I ran through all the stuff. Some people don't know that, but Payson and Dylan will test. I go through every scenario and I talk it at length and I battle through the situations to make it the most fair. I think this is where the most fair is. I think I made the deep cut rule fair for all players and challengers. I made trios where you can't just grab a player off the bench because, gosh, Kaiser and Luis would have literally grabbed anybody and had a shot. So overall, that's what we're doing. I'm really excited for the changes. If you have any questions, you can think. Also, dropping on the channels on our Facebook group. Basically, how we decide to write docs will be on there. It will show like what we look into, how we write. Like, I don't want that to be a mystery. It should never be a mystery on how we decide to like determine stuff because we have outlines. Our players know it. You should know it too. If you don't know it, by the way, it's very noticeable. If you watch any of our matches, they're very out there. Like they're patterns, but you can't do that stuff. Okay. Also, well, there was one more deep cut. Oh, if my writers are a part of anything writing of deep cut, they can't use that movie in different matches. Regardless if they only watch like a scene for it to get a movie, they can't pick it. That's a veto. Okay. To keep the allure of no one getting any unfair advantage or anything like, oh, you had to extra prep for this to help write. We're just not doing that. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
I think my child's melting down upstairs, so that's really great. Can somebody keep track of this Trios World Cup teams?
I'm gonna go whiteboard. Okay.
Perfect. I'm gonna vamp for like 30 seconds.
got a pen and paper.
Rue, I'm going to take a wild guess and say, yeah, movie minimum is still 6.
Also, Javi, don't complain if you get a question about Lone Star. They'll just throw that out there.
Great fucking movie. Obviously, he's so lucky to watch Lone Star. Great movie.
Let's say that might be a risky strength. Films with star in its title. I don't know, man.
Also, I think, Javi, from what I understand, the rule of the scenario where me and Cody pick Irishman and Pulp Fiction and they pick Halloween and whatever, I would assume I would still get to pick Halloween if
No,
I saw that. I didn't understand what he was asking. So
let me look at it one more time.
Is he not saying that if it's a match I have zero involvement in, I can't pick Halloween?
We had long discussions about it. Some of us agree with it, some of us disagree with it. You would not be able to pick Halloween.
If you're not in the match, you can still pick it, right, Cody?
What?
Yeah.
What?
If someone else picks a deep cut in a match that you're not in, you can pick it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like
my thing is my thing is if me and Coho played in Pulp Fiction and Irishman were picked, you two could play your next. If you were in the next title match, you two could pick the same deep cuts we could. Me and Coho can't pick it moving forward.
Yes. Sorry.
But that also depends. Like if you get into a trio situation, you get into a trios title, and there's 3 champions, and they've all played a bunch of deep cuts. A lot of movies are off the table. They're just off. You just have to pick and choose where you find it. What I wanted to do was when a challenger is going through the picture, they're not thinking about the title match till they get to the title match. The champion can think about the title match all the way leading through the picture. So if they wanted to prep a movie early, they could. Most of them said they don't do that, but even to give the off chance that they don't do that, I want when the 2-week timer starts, the champion and the challenger on the same timeline.
With this new rule, I wouldn't be surprised if certain players start pre-prepping deep cuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in terms of how work out, that like prepping deep cuts is a big part, and sometimes you just got it. Like with this, now it's like, well, maybe I need to spend more than 2 weeks.
Should I talk about the romance thing real quick, or are we just going to handle that behind the scenes?
I mean, you can. It's more so a thing for us on the writers.
Yeah, mainly a writer thing.
Okay, just the main thing. A lot of people have some complaints about the romance category. That's still staying separately, but we're going to do our best to keep romantic comedies out of our romance category. So comedy will not, the tag of comedy will try not to be in there. 1, it's not challengeable, but 2, we're going to do our due diligence to make sure it's out of there. So keeps everybody in there. Okay. Time for Magic Hat. Time for trios. Go.
Show me that. Let's go.
So you'll see really quick. Something's on there that wasn't there last year. That's 60.
Yeah.
There will be 5 groups. We're expanding. It will be the same format. So there will still be a situation. There will be only 8 more matches added to our workload, but overall, more players get a chance to play this year. So 60 will be there. So also, what? Yeah. You may have that luck. Let me turn that off. Okay. You get your partners. Again, do not bitch and moan if you do not get the person you want or you get with somebody that you don't want. Like, you signed up for it. It's completely random. Have fun with it. You're only in there for 3 matches at the worst. And then try to have fun with it. So I'm really excited for it. First person on the first team is Brandon Rutledge. So remove name. Yes. Okay. His partner will be Brian Michaels.
Ooh.
Okay. Speak it, and he will happen. And their partner Zachary Sheldon. Okay. Brian,
It's
you're
funny.
going to have to do a lot of the talking. You're going to have to do a lot of the talking.
I got a message from Sheldon saying I don't want to be the last one picked again from last year. Well, Sheldon, there you
You're
go.
in the first team. Yeah.
First team.
It'll be interesting to see Brandon back because we haven't seen him since 2021. So that'll be fun.
I have
We
a
will
question real
not-
quick before you pick the next one.
Sure.
Is this going to be this next team? Is this the first team in like say Group B?
No, so we're drafting all the teams, and then we're going to randomize the groups.
Okay.
Okay. Double randomization. Then we're just finding out the teams first.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Team number 2. Jeremy Potter's the best
Okay.
half of Bring Out Your Dead.
I agree.
Let's go. That's my boy.
Yeah,
That's my go.
His partner will be
Okay.
Spence.
They teamed up in TLU, so there's some.
Oh, that's a
already chemistry going
scumbag
on.
thing. Okay,
This is
so
intriguing.
who's Tony's partner? Kaiser. If Kaiser shows up here, or if Tony shows up, this is just like scumbags, but with a better version.
Bring Out Your Dead.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That's a really good team. That's a really
That
good.
is a good team.
I like that.
Spence is going to be exploding in the
This is
chat.
n-
about 5
This is not fair.
What do you mean?
Spence doesn't deserve this. Spence
Trio.
deserves so much
Talk
work.
about built-in chemistry there. They already have a good rapport. Those two.
I know. All right, next
Spence is
group.
going to be excited about that.
Jacob Cameron. Jacob Cameron's first
saw that
partner will be. Boom!
Oh,
There you go.
Oh,
Poor Jacob Cameron.
Oh.
Poor buddy.
who's going with them?
That's gonna be chemistry there.
Oh, God.
Oh yes!
Talk about flashing.
What a
Talk about
team.
flashing personalities.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I can't wait. I can't wait
That's
for
going to be
that.
such a fun team to watch all year.
what are the odds? What are the odds?
So your team name can't be self-deprecating, but can you pick like
Team Crash
Deprecating.
Out?
team
Me and Aaron are literally going to melt down multiple times during
I
calls
can't wait
alone.
to hear Aaron confer with Jacob. That's gonna be.
That'll be so funny.
If you thought the sarcasm between Aaron and Zach was bad, oh man.
Oh, we are going to crash the fuck out.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you make your team name just the anger emoji from
Okay.
Man.
You're so close.
Run
So close.
Run away. Not that I
Run
don't
away
like Aaron,
from
but
Matt.
give me my boy Matt.
You
Me
know
and
what will
Aaron
suck is
made-
if Mark's his teammate. That'll be really funny.
I'm going to fucking kill myself. Okay.
Wow.
I love
You just-
like,
you
I
just
love,
said-
Mark Chaka.
I love
You just
Aaron,
said don't
but
be
like
mad
me
with
and
your
Aaron are
team.
going to crash. We're going to kill the host. Me and Aaron are going to kill.
Yeah,
Aaron's got his
Be mad
best
with
shot.
Whoever you get paired with, and then you said,
Aaron?
"I'm gonna kill myself" after seeing your team.
Aaron has the best shot ever to get Oscars banned after this season. Me being his team partner.
That's fair.
That's funny.
Matt's team partner.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
This is already gross.
That's already an insane team.
I
I'm
think we
glad we're not in the. I'm glad we're not still in the group stages where this would be my group that I have to play.
Come on,
Yeah.
Dylan
Here
Van
comes
Dyne. Dylan
Chaka.
Van Dyne. Dylan Van Dyne.
Chaka?
Oh!
That's an
just enough chaos to
I
make
know.
Joseph melt down.
That's really funny.
Matt going with Mike's fuck it all energy and Joseph trying to keep him on track will be money.
Joseph having to be the one that's like on the guardrails is crazy.
John Marr, strong player. John gets
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh,
Talk about
chemistry.
chaos.
two good players, but that call is going to be obnoxious.
Brian.
Okay.
and Lem.
That's
okay.
that's a solid team.
Solid. That's a sleeper.
They
draft.
have so many like different things that they like. So they cover a lot of bases. That's
Brennan and John have horror, and Kaiser has not horror, but other
horrible movies.
stuff.
All right, next team. Dean gets partnered with Malcolm Lay. And Andrew
Oh, wow.
Barr.
I think that's a team that's just weird enough to where it could work.
That absolutely is a team that's weird
Talk
enough
about
to work.
opposites attract.
For real.
You got Barr and his show tunes, Dean and his weird horror movies, and Malcolm who watches everything in between.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for the next team?
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe Fairley.
Oh.
One of the
One of the-
champions from last season. Will Cohen. Former singles champion. And Javi Madden.
Obviously, they got the geek stuff and the F word stuff, fandom stuff.
Definitely running for all categories.
Javi and Will have been on a trios team before, so that's going to be very interesting to see how they interact again.
Okay. Next team. Robert Kastner, one of the runners-up from last season.
Okay,
Okay.
making another really solid one here.
Really strong team.
And Jim,
And enough chaos to keep it normal.
Jim!
I don't know if Jim has ever interacted with Robert or Tony, so
That's
probably Robert. But I
That's,
don't know about Tony.
that is truly like the new breed of players meeting like Encino Man of trivia.
And Jim will be there enough to piss off the host, so that will be perfect for everybody.
Jim has a function on a team, let me tell you.
JPO.
No. With
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
And
Igor.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
That
pretty
is-
good team.
Team of the year. I think Jake just got put on so far 2 of the favorites 2 years in a row.
Jake can literally get back to the situation. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a team that could definitely work. Eric. He'll create your best
Love it.
thumbnail. Tell you that much. Tyler Birch
Okay.
and Nick.
Oh.
David. Okay.
Just
A lot of
Yeah,
the
that's
new
not-
generation.
that was our 10th team that we've drafted so far.
Yes.
We
We're
are
halfway
drafting-
there.
Yeah.
Next up,
Brandon
Brandon.
Salmon,
Rookie.
true unknown.
It's a rookie.
is that the one
I have
challenging for the
schedule
belt?
for Melee.
Is he the one that commented who wants the title for the belt?
No, that was Brandon Cohen, I believe.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I'll give Cohen a title match. That's
Yeah.
done deal.
Right, go
Okay.
Ryko.
Okay. And
Okay.
That's a fun team.
I don't know what Brandon Salmon's vibe is, but that's a lot of energy coming from both Jacoby and Ryko. It's-
Yeah.
I know.
dude, that team is an
That's a fun
overthinking nightmare. That team could overthink themselves so downhill so fast.
But that's a
But I
really
love
fun
it.
team.
Because I think Jacoby and Ryko have enough, like, regardless how Brandon is as a player, can literally carry that team pretty far.
Yeah,
That's
true.
crazy. And if
That's a
Brandon
great
is,
situation to be
good.
in as a rookie.
yeah, great. Brian Nussbaum. No, we're still not adding voice actors to the thing. Jack Pinchuk.
Oh boy.
All right, give me a Payson Johnson out of this hat. Give me a
Don't-
Payson
don't-
Johnson out of this
Funny
hat.
right now. Come on, Payson.
Yeah.
Let's go, Payson.
Brooklyn Vale.
Brooklyn!
Guys, so much weed. So much
So If their name isn't
All three
420,
Canadians too. All three Canadians.
Oh yeah.
if their name isn't 420, they are big time. Big time.
That is crazy work. Jack and Brooklyn's gonna be a really fun day.
There's a lot of big names that haven't come out of this hat.
Yeah.
Drugs, even more drugs is a great team name.
Chadwick Webb
Okay.
pairing with Alec Miller.
A lot of returning folk on this team.
Pairing
Yeah,
with
really.
David.
David.
Ooh.
Listen, I don't know. David's a great player.
Intriguing.
This is another team where I'll have to need to see the chemistry because I don't know if these three talk to each other ever.
I don't think that
Yeah. Well, you think me, Jacob Cameron, and Aaron J are just chilling on the calls, chatting it up? I just get yelled at about Oscars, and then that's what we do. There's so many big names left in this hat. Thomas
Hey,
E.
back.
returning.
He's back.
I'm thinking.
Former
I'm
team's
back.
champ.
Payson
Oh my
Johnson.
god.
that'll be
This is
interesting.
That's a strong team.
That's a strong start.
Oh no, I don't want to click.
If it's Jeremy Adams, I'm going to scream.
My,
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Well, there's your favorite
All right.
right there.
well, we
Who's
have
your
our
favorite?
favorite now. We have our absolute favorite
you
now.
3
I don't
former teams
Now-
champions, 2
now-
goats.
We do
That's
have two
insane.
we do have two players that don't actively play trivia or haven't in a while. So
That's the
Payson's going to have to carry some of the load.
Right, but Michael had some really strong
no,
performances in trios, even
And-
though
and to shout
they didn't
out-
always result in the win. But
by the way, if this is
Yeah.
your trios, just to let you know, 3 words max. That's all your team name can be. I don't want anything super long. Don't come at me with that.
Also to shout out Ian's, when he came back to Brawl, it looked like he hadn't missed a step in terms of just general knowledge. Crazy. So,
Yeah.
Okay, well, we avoided the Dylan and Payson, so
Payson.
that's great.
cool.
So we don't have to worry about that anymore. So Caleb Boatman.
Oh, here we go.
come on, Dylan Van Dyne. Dylan Van Dyne.
Current Trios champ.
Matthew
Oh
Chen.
shit.
So okay, and
Dylan Van Dyne. Fuck.
Oh my god.
That's a great team.
we have our new favorite.
That's a really
think.
good team.
Yep.
I mean, Joe is an exclusively almost Phantom player, and Bill has so much knowledge too. So that was a really good team. But those 3 players right there, Matthew Chen's been up
He's been a
there
real
challenging
good
for
team.
belt,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tisdall has had the season of a comeback season this
He's-
year. Like
Mm-hmm.
He's
Most
been on the
improved.
doorstep of 2 different title matches in singles this year.
And in trios, just in general, he's been great because Soul Glow won their group, and obviously Self-Deprecating made it all the way to the title
Yeah.
match. There.
he is great in trios. He is
Yeah.
one of the best trios players. So
He's a great player.
and
Hey,
Dylan Van Dyne.
come on, show me Jeremy Adams.
And Cameron Redshaw.
Okay, I like
Luis.
Jeremy Adams.
Nick Harley. All right.
Someone who has teamed with Jeremy Adams.
Yeah, close
This is
enough.
true.
That's what you were meaning, right?
Yeah.
Um, okay. We're down to what? The final how many teams do we have left?
We got 12, so you got
4.
6 teams. 14.
We got 4 teams left.
Maru.
Amaru. Oh yeah, the number's right here. Dummies. Okay. Amaru pairing with
Oh my god.
Okay. let's see where this goes.
Oh my god.
That is your favorite.
Two of them have already teamed up last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
Okay. Well, Rue's like, I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Him and Rue already have that chemistry. Then you add just a insane strong player.
That's a very versatile team in terms of what they can do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Down to the final 3. Kurt. Singles champion this season. Pairing with Brandon Cohen.
Okay, already teamed up.
Okay.
Matthew's
And-
already been selected. Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Kirk said something at the end of that match was like, I'm going to work hard all season to make my trios and my team's partners better because I will not be playing singles. And now he just gets to do double dipping with his team.
Yeah.
Wow!
Avanti Triplets is diabolical, Spence. That's a great name.
If I was Brandon Cohen right now, I would be literally doing a backflip right now. This is so good.
Bros, that's another good one.
Triplets?
Avanti Triplets is a great suggestion.
Coho.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Who that man?
Oh,
Jesus.
there we go.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Okay.
What's up, Paul?
Okay.
Brawl. They literally
The Brawl
have
showrunners.
They literally have a geek counterpunch now. So any team that tries to geek them, then they'll have a chance.
This is a very versatile team, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And I will be riding the coattails.
This is a team that's very similar to what I would consider what Boatman's team was. Because Coho, a very good teams player. Then you have Brittany, which is Joe, a very good geek player. And then you have Paul, which is just an overall great player.
So who does that leave us with?
Your check's in the mail. I got you, buddy. I don't remember the last three, but we'll know real quick. Ryan Payne.
Okay.
Nazario. Okay. That team is chaotic as fuck.
Yep.
And Scott Harvey. Okay.
You need a lot of fucking Advil, brother.
Well, hey, Pain and Gain. It's a bit of a
You
return.
get Pain and
there.
Gain.
Yeah.
Pain and Gain back from the
Okay,
dead after years, and then you throw Nazario in the mix.
All right, I need to figure out how to put this in groups with this chaotic thing.
Should we talk about our favorite
Go ahead.
teams that have been announced so far?
Yeah.
That are the ones that we think are the favorites. I still think the strongest team on paper is Thomas, Payson, and Michael. I think that's
I would agree.
pretty scary.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I do think a Rue,
That's my-
Jeremy, and Mark is a very good team because you got some stud eaters on there that can just build
Yeah, and
strength. Right?
When that
You have-
team is already proven to be really good in their last season, and then you add someone like Jeremy Adams as well, is pretty crazy.
Genuinely, Rue, Jeremy, and Mark is like Pricks on Flicks 2.0, where you have two just insane studiers and just one powder keg of knowledge.
How many total teams are there?
There are 20.
20.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put team 1 through 20, just the names of the team 1 through, and then that will correlate, which we already have that written down as the people, right? We all know who got drafted. Okay. So then that will
in
correlate.
order of the top to the bottom.
Correct. So then we will know what groups are in what group stages.
So Rutledge, Michael, Zach is 1, Potter, Spence, Tom is 2, going our way down. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
I just need to do this. So vamp a little bit while I get this prepped.
I think it's kind of crazy.
I think the most attractive team has got to be me, Luis, and Nick Carley.
That is a sexy.
Yeah.
That is a sexy.
Why are we always just objectifying?
Because Cody, look at the four of us. We're kind of purse.
Spence is tall. I hope you know.
Always thirsty after each other.
Like, I believe there's probably an advocate group that is hating like us objectifying people.
Good. We're here to make you mad. Multiplex is
not
Multiplex
that's
is not
not
the Oral Baptist Church. I'm sorry, guys. Like you guys are assholes.
What the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck? Okay.
I disagree, but what the fuck, Mason?
Just say it.
Why you say fuck me? Okay. Team 1 through 20, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Show us what we got. Or
Pacing that, and then we will make I will have Eric make a graphic over the next coming things, just so we have it to reference, so everybody, and then that will be your team.
Bring your-
Advanced option. I'm going to. relax, Grandpa. Remove choice after land on, and then let's go back to our old days.
I will say I am excited about the pairing that is Nussbaum, Jack, and Brooklyn.
Yes.
I think that's just going to be super entertaining to watch every week.
I guess I could have mixed this random a little bit, but I didn't, so it's just going to be all in the same order. So F it. Okay. Share screen, and we're going to get going. Everybody, somebody keep track of this for me.
I got it.
Sure.
Thank you. Well, yeah. All right. The first team in Group A will be Team 19, which is
Coho,
Me,
Paul, and
Paul,
Brittany.
and Brittany.
okay. This will be the first team in Group B.
Oh, this is how we're doing it. Okay.
Yes. Keep it more random of a lot. Team 5.
Marr, Kaiser, and Dunlap.
Okay. First team in Group C. Team 16.
Dylan, Luis, and Nick.
Okay. First team in Group D. Team 3, which
Jacob Cameron, Cody Newberry, Aaron J.
no, let's see. I already had flashbacks.
Stop that.
Okay.
Stop that.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm ready just to make your guys' lives literal hell. Like, that's what I'm ready for. Why can't I turn? Thank you. Okay. All right. Next one. This is the final first team in Group
E.
E. I had to figure out my alphabets. 12.
That is Nussbaum, Jack, and Brooklyn.
Oh, I want to play that
Hey.
team bad. I want to get revenge on drugs. The former drugs player.
All right. So this will be the first team in Coho, Paul, and Brittany's group, right?
Yep, this is Group A.
Okay. And it will be Team 1.
Brandon Rutledge, Brian Michaels, Zach Shelton.
Okay. 2 former members of North America's Asses.
And 2 former Olivos teams. Or 2
Yeah.
Olivos teams.
All right. Second one in Group B. 10.
That is Eric, Tyler, and Nick Van Dinther.
Okay. Who was in their first group?
Marr,
Who's the first
Kaiser, and Dunlap.
Okay. Who is the first team in the next group, Group C?
Dylan, Luis, and Nick Carley.
Okay. This will be the team joining you guys.
Oh.
Team 20.
That is Payne, Nazario, and Scott.
Oh, poor fucking Dylan. Pour one out for Dylan. This is Aaron, me, and Jacob's group next, right, D?
Correct.
All right, time to die. Team 6.
That would be Dean, Malcolm, and Barr.
Okay. Okay. Earth didn't know that Ridley Scott did the first Alien, so I got you.
Delco Boys reunion.
All right. Second group in Group E, Group 11.
That would be Brandon Salmon, Ryko, and Jacoby.
Okay.
And who was the last group? Who was the first team in that group?
Nussbaum, Jack, and Brooklyn.
Okay. All right.
A lot of Canada in that group. Jeez.
It is.
Team 9 joining Group A.
That is JPO, Jake Maragoni, and Igor Kasich.
That group is getting very big, very strong, very fast. All right. To join Group B, Team 18.
That would be Kirk, Brandon Cohen, and Doc. Can't remember.
Oh,
The Avanti triplets. Okay.
Please.
Join Group C, Payson.
How dare you?
No,
We
Jesus
talk-
Christ.
That is Cuellar, Olivas, and Mike Hanley.
Oh
Fuck.
boy.
Okay. This will be joining my group now.
Yep.
So we can dodge one more bullet. Team 7.
That is Joe, Will, and Javi.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Give me 14. Give me 14. Give me 14.
Final third member.
Come on. Oh.
That
17.
is Rue, Jeremy, and Menchaca.
Okay. So now this will be for the final group in Group A, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is joining that fucking stacked ass team?
No.
Team 2.
That is
Oh.
Jeremy Potters, Adelaide Spence, and Tom Houseman.
Wow.
That group is disgusting. We will go through all the
Big 10 of
Just
groups.
don't put Payson in my group, please.
I forget. Did we talk about this? Army and Dylan allowed to be in the same group?
I think so.
Oh,
think
I thought the answer was no because
I mean, we'll try, but let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
This is your group.
No,
no.
Mars group.
is the one after this. Yeah.
So this is Group B,
Yeah.
Yep.
and Payson's on 13.
I'm 14.
Okay.
15.
15.
15. That is Boatman, Matthew Chen, and Anthony Tipsdale.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
And all right, this is Dylan's group, right?
Yeah. Good. Please no.
Well,
There it is.
I think we
That's
gotta let it.
Ian's
I think we have to
Campbell.
let it lie out of fairness.
I think we have to let it lie at this point. We should have.
We didn't announce it. I get it.
It's one match against each
Yeah.
other at that point. So. And
I should have brought it up beforehand.
thank God you're not in my group. Let's fucking go, baby.
I want to
Is
get
this
the
for my
fuck out
group?
of my group. This sucks.
Is this my same group?
Yep, this is the last one in yours.
Okay. Who's the last two teams? I need to know.
Let's see. It's 13 and 8. So 8 is Castor, Durso, and Jim. And
No.
13 is Chadwick Webb, Alec Miller, and David Ishimoto.
And that's team 13 with
That's
David.
13.
Yeah.
David's 13. All right, give me 13 to give me a shot in hell.
All right, that is Chadwick, Alec, and David Ishimoto.
David's gonna knock us the fuck out, but we are at least gonna be somewhat competitive in that matchup, maybe. And then the last team, Team 8, will be joining the last group.
Yes, and Team 8 was Castor, Durso, and Jim Green.
Okay.
Oh, I get to play Nazario again. Okay, I'll take this.
The World Cup is happening again. 5 teams. All these teams. This is going to be absolutely insane. Feel free to message your partners. Figure out a strategy. Come up with some stuff. Do some things together.
And for those who couldn't follow along with the groups, we'll probably post a screenshot of something to show an overview of the groups.
Yeah.
So you could get
Let's just go through real quick. Group A is what?
That would be me, Paul Oyama, and Brittany Tapley, Brandon Rutledge, Brian Michaels, Zach Shelton, Jordan Owens, Jake Maragoni, and Igor Kosick, and Jeremy Potters, Adelaide Spence, and Tom Houseman.
Okay.
Group B would be John Marr, Kaiser Wang, and Brandon Dunlap, Eric Moreno, Tyler Birch, and Nick Van Dinter, Kurt Kolkowski, Brandon Cohen, and Cameron Redshaw, and Caleb Boatman, Matthew Chen, and Anthony Tisdall.
Cody, if you want to laugh, just check the leadership. Just check.
What?
Just read the fucking chat, Mark. Would it kill you to read the chat?
What do you do?
Group C would be Dylan Van Thine, Luis Boost, and Nick Carley, Ryan Payne, Nazario Montenegro, and Scott Harvey, Matt Cuellar, Joseph Olivas, and Mike Hanley, and Thomas Eanes, Payson Johnson, and Michael Campbell.
This isn't funny.
Group D. Did Mark not watch the video at all?
Mark is head deep in flipping insurance right now. The man is
That's fair.
dying, so he is completely off the bat.
No, he just messaged us. We're drawing trios today.
Group
I just
D.
messaged him. You drew Jeremy Adams. And he
Okay.
said, haha, good one.
Group D, Jacob Cameron, Cody Newberry, Aaron J., Dean Manis, Malcolm Lay, Andrew Barr, Joe Farrelly, Will Cohen, Javi Madden, Chadwick Webb, Alec Miller, David Nishimoto. Group E would be Brian Nussbaum, Jack Pinchuk, and Brooklyn Vale, Brandon Salmon, Raiko Kreminitz, and Jacoby Bancroft, Amari Moses, Jeremy Adams, Mark Menchaca, and Robert Castor, Tony Durso, and Jim Green.
Listen, guys, or everybody, this was absolutely a hell of a season that we had. Put up on 165 matches, not even counting what Brawl also did. Yeah, I'm really excited for next season. We got some big things planned, some things that haven't been announced yet, some rule changes that I think will improve our game overall. Yeah, so excited. Be sure to message your team partners. Get ready to go to war because matches, just to keep everybody in the loop. Well, me and Coho and the group have to go through scheduling and figure out what we want to do scheduling wise. But matches will be starting back up. Group like messaging will be January 4th. So those are when the green rooms will finally be set up and we'll be rolling again. And by the way, as of right now, if you get an invite, January 4th, 8 EST will be last one standing turmoil. So you will get a message from me if you're invited to the turmoil, where we do record reset. Remember, MVP is completely gone this season, so it's no longer a thing. Winner gets a title match of their choice. Can't wait. Hell of a season. Can't wait to see everybody melt down trios. See you next year. Bye-bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.